I wish I could say that the news I'm bringing to you is such a surprising bit of news, but unfortunately, it is not. And I can already see what direction this is heading. So, in case y'all have not heard, Breonna Taylor's family just recently came to a substantial settlement in the shooting death of her. Now, they have not gone into detail how much the family will be receiving, but at this point, it doesn't really matter because this is simply a wash, rinse, repeat type of deal. We've seen this so many times. And the unfortunate part about this is I know what this is probably going to lead to. And that's probably the terrorist that killed her not being charged with anything. Although I wasn't looking for them to really be charged with anything, considering they have been free to do what they want since the actual incident occurred. Then, of course, there were hit pieces that came out about her saying that she knew what was going on, even though her ex came out and pretty much vindicated her and said she had no involvement with what was going on with him. But you know how people are. They even tried to get him to say something to go at her, I guess, to reduce a sentence that he will most likely receive. And it didn't work. They tried to get her own ex to throw her under the bus, and it didn't work. One thing that really gets me about this is that this will leave the department completely unscathed. And what I mean by that is the money that's going to be paid in the settlement won't be from the department. It won't be from those terrorists that killed her. It's going to be from the taxpayers. Either the taxpayers of Louisville, Kentucky, in the city where this happened at, or the taxpayers for the state of Kentucky, or hell, it might come from all of our taxes. Little do we know. You know how this establishment gets down. That's why I don't like when a lot of people attach themselves to Benjamin Crump, because it just seems like he's out for the bag to me. I can't remember one case he's actually been attached to in which he has actually won something for the family and not something for himself. I remember I did a video about him a couple months ago. Some people got upset with the stuff that I had to say, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not surprised that this was the outcome, because this happens too often, more often than not. Now, they're supposedly assembling or trying to get a grand jury together, according to the jigaboon known as Daniel J. Cameron. And mind you, almost 200 days have passed since the incident. But I will not hold my breath, because now with this settlement, this kind of turns the tide in the direction of what this is going to turn out to be. They said the settlement may be announced as early as 2 p.m. today, but honestly, when I typed her name in, it's already been announced, and it's 11:37 a.m. on September 15th, 2020. They said the source could not release the amount that the family will receive. In addition to the payment, the deal is expected to include several policing reforms, including a requirement that commanders approve all search warrants before they go to a judge, the person told the Courier-Journal, part of the USA Today network. The accord will also provide housing credits to officers who agree to live within the city, and it will seek the authority for drug and alcohol testing of officers involved in any shooting. A large settlement in the civil suit brought by Taylor's family comes as a Jefferson County grand jury may screen the criminal case as soon as this week. Now, here's the thing. The only thing they can hope for now, even after this, is that they find that there's enough evidence for this to actually go to trial. But I will not hold my breath, because those grand juries are fickle. They can go one way or the other. And historically, especially when it comes to cases dealing with us, it usually goes the other way. And y'all know which way the other way is. But like I said, this is just another situation of the dangling of the carrot. As a matter of fact, the article that I pulled up even talks about the largest amount they paid to somebody when they had a situation dealing with these same departments. This is the largest amount the city has paid to date. Settle allegations of police misconduct was $8.5 million to Edwin Chandler in 2012, who was wrongfully imprisoned for more than 9 years after Detective Mark Handy perjured himself. So they have a history. Always look at the historical context of a lot of these places and these departments. Many of them ain't shit when you dig deep enough. But like I said, I and anybody who's listening to me right now is not even remotely shocked, surprised about this whatsoever. All I'm going to say is I hope that it was worth it. But like I said, if they're lucky and they get that grand jury, consider that pure luck at that point, or they were very convincing. Because like I said, these terrorists that shot and killed her, they never spent 1 day in jail. They never was arrested. They was never criminally charged. And then they let all this stuff build up. They charged and arrested her boyfriend for defending himself. Then they went after the ex-boyfriend and tried to have him throw her under the bus. Then they saying that there's all this new information coming out saying that she might have been attached to their drug distribution, although there was no drugs found. And they said there wasn't even any drugs in her system. So she wasn't a user. They cleared both her and Kenneth Walker. So if they get away with this, they basically just say we can come into your home and we can still kill you. I mean, that doesn't surprise anyone. Look at what happened with Amber Geiger and Botham Jean last year. Well, not last year, 2 years ago. But and like I said, I'm not gonna get myself worked up over this, because I almost expected it, because it's been going on for so long and nothing happened. It was always like pretty much at a dead end. It was moving absolutely nowhere. But like I said, the only people that's going to be affected by this are the taxpayers. You see, like why something is a little off with your taxes this year is because of stuff like this. Because when they don't hold these terrorists accountable, it gets thrown onto us as if we were the ones that committed the crime. That's why they're able to get away and keep doing the stuff that they do, because they know they'll never be held accountable. And then you wonder why what happened in Compton happened. And then you also wonder why not just what happened in Compton, but over time when a lot of people have popped back at these terrorists. Christopher Dorner, Michael Johnson, Gavin Long, and many others that I can't even think of right now. It's cases like these as to why, because people are fed up. They know that the system does not benefit them. They know there's no light at the end of the rainbow for them. And that's why they continue to do what they do. But y'all let me know what y'all think. So I had to come back and add this piece in here. So this just came out a few hours later after me recording the first part that y'all just saw. And it says Louisville will pay $12 million to Breonna Taylor's family reform police. Now, I don't have to read the entire article because it's basically rehashing what I said in the first part of this video. And it's basically, and I will basically be repeating to you what this money, or what's a part of this quote unquote reform package. Like I said, this money is not coming from the department. It's not coming from them. It's coming from the taxpayers. So the taxpayers of Louisville or the entire state of Kentucky, maybe even possibly those outside of Kentucky, are going to be responsible for this. And now they're saying that they hope that they can still get the terrorists criminally charged for their actions, in which involved the death of Breonna. Like I said in the first part of this video, I will not hold my breath, but we'll see what happens.